From despair to strength. The beeping of the heart monitor was the only sound breaking the heavy silence as I stared at the ceiling, willing myself to feel anything other than the crushing weight of despair. Just a week ago, I was sprinting through life like a marathon with no finish line in sight, but now, lying in this sterile room, I felt like a shadow of the person I once was. The diagnosis hit like a freight train, and for a moment, I flirted with the idea of surrendering to the weight of it all. But then, a quiet voice inside whispered that the real fight wasn't against the illness, it was against losing the will to live. In those moments of solitude, I started to rediscover a strength I never knew I had. Each day presented a choice, to let the darkness consume me or to fight tooth and nail for the light. I began to notice the small victories, a smile from a nurse, the warmth of sunlight streaming through the window, the laughter of a child echoing down the hall. These fragments of life were my lifeline, each one a reminder that even amidst chaos, beauty still lingered. My body was weak, but my spirit began to blaze. I learned to embrace the pain as a teacher, transforming fear into fuel and despair into determination. The road to recovery was anything but smooth, filled with setbacks and doubt, but each step forward, no matter how small, was a triumph over the temptation to give up. I started setting tiny goals, standing for a few seconds longer, taking an extra step down the corridor, and with each accomplishment, the impossible seemed a little more attainable. This battle taught me that true strength isn't the absence of fear, but the courage to face it head-on. As I walked out of the hospital months later, I realized that life is less about the cards you're dealt and more about how you choose to play them. I left that room not just as a survivor, but as someone who had learned to see every new day as a precious gift, a blank page on which to write my own story of resilience and hope.